Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and if you're new here, my name is Edward Smith and welcome to my YouTube channel. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at the best studio monitors that you can get for under $200. So before we jump into things, I'd first like to inform you that if you're someone that's interested in home studio gear or home studio equipment, or you want to set up your very own home studio, this channel is for you. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button down below, click on the bell notification so you don't miss any of my future uploads. Secondly, the links of all of these studio monitors will be down in the description below as well. And then last but not least, make sure you hang around all the way till the end of this video, because I am going to be doing a sound test comparison between all of these studio monitors. So make sure you stick around for that, but without any further ado, let's jump into this video and see what these studio monitors are all about. So when it comes to comparing products on this YouTube channel, especially like today's video, I like to go through a whole bunch of things first before we jump to the sound quality test, and that is looking at the overall look and design of each studio monitor, the overall build quality, the features, and then comparing each one in that case, and then looking at the price difference, then moving on to the sound quality test, and then giving you my final take on each pair of studio monitors, who I think each pair of studio monitors are best suited for, just so that you can pick the perfect pair for your home studio setup. And in this case, we're first going to have a look at the overall look and design, and starting off with the Kali Audio LP6s. These studio monitors have the biggest design, as you can see, compared to the rest, because they have a 6.5-inch cone. The bigger the cone, the more low end, which is always nice for a studio monitor at this price, costing around $150, so that's really nice. It has that bass reflex port in the front, which means you're getting a lot of bass air right onto your ears, a lot of low end right onto your ears, instead of blowing out of the back into the wall like a lot of these other studio monitors. And it also has a nice feature of setting up more specifically for your specific room, with a whole bunch of pictures showing you exactly how far to have them from a wall, and you can play around with the switchboard and set them up nicely for your specific environment, which is also awesome. When you move on to the Adam Audio T5Vs, these studio monitors are also amazing for the price. They come with that iconic Adam Audio tweeter. They look really good, 5-inch cone in the front. The bass reflex port does blow out on the back, so you're not getting that extra low end, but they do sound fantastic, and you'll really hear how good they sound when we do the sound quality test. When we move on to the KRK Rokit 5G4s, these are a very popular pair of studio monitors, especially amongst DJs and EDM producers. They have that iconic Kevlar yellow cone in the front, and because it is a Kevlar cone, the overall sound is evenly distributed off the cone, which is really nice. And it is the most modern in terms of features when it comes to EQ adjustments and things like that, with an LED screen, and which is obviously nice when setting it up for your specific room environment. Moving on to the PreSonus Iris E5s, they aren't the most popular set of studio monitors in the market. A lot of people prefer the PreSonus Iris E3.5s, which is the small desktop speaker you'd find in gaming setups and just nice office setups and even some studio setups, but these do still sound very good with that iconic blue Kevlar cone for more even distribution of sound. You also have that bass reflex port in the front here, so nice bass blowing onto you, a nice touch of low end, especially for the size of these studio monitors. Moving on to the Yamaha HS5s, these are my favorite studio monitors when it comes to a 5-inch cone, mainly because I love the white and black look of Yamaha, and I love the sound. As you can see, I have a pair of Yamaha HS8 in the back, and they really just do the job for me. I think they look amazing. The overall design is kind of old school, because they are one of the oldest pairs compared to the rest. The overall features is not that great, and the bass reflex port is also in the back, but in terms of sound quality, especially for the size, it really does do the job you're asking it to do. And then we move on to the newest pair out of all of these, which is the Pioneer DJ VM50s, which is a very cool pair of studio monitors. They look really cool, very futuristic. I love the Kevlar cone in the front. It's got a very good build quality with an aluminium panel right in the front here that is a lot more solid and feels a lot more solid than the rest of these studio monitors in the front. And the bass reflex port is pretty unique. It has these cool little features that allows you to get a little bit more low end, and it's just something different from the rest that we've already seen. And in terms of the features and setting them up for your specific room, very basic like most of these studio monitors, nothing crazy. And then last we have the JBL Alias R305P MK2s. These are also a pair of studio monitors that aren't my favorite. They're also not that popular because in my opinion I see JBL more as an artificial type entertainer speaker and studio monitor. It's not really in my eyes the best for music production. I do see them as the Bluetooth speaker and the earphones and the headphone type company, not really into the music production and music making, but they do sound really good compared to the rest, as you will hear in the sound test. And they also have the standard features and things as most of these studio monitors do. The front panel also looks pretty cool. Not the biggest fan of all the shine on the front, but it is a good pair of studio monitors, and overall you can't go wrong with any of these. Moving on to the price difference between these studio monitors, starting off with the Kali Audio LP6s, these studio monitors will cost you around $150 per monitor. Moving on to the Adam Audio T5Vs, these are slightly more expensive, costing around $200 per monitor. Then we have the KRK Rokit 5G4s, which are around $170 to $180 per monitor. Then we have the PreSonus Iris E5s, which are around $120 to $130 per monitor, which is a lot cheaper than the rest. Pretty cool deal. And then we also have the Yamaha HS5s, which will cost you around $200 per monitor. The Pioneer DJ VM50s, which will cost you around $60 to $80 per monitor. And then we have the JBL Alias R305 MK2s, which will also cost you around $140 to $150 per monitor. So now that we've gone through these studio monitors in terms of overall look and design differences and features and the price difference between each one, it's time to move on to the sound quality test.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex on. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Yo, squad shady, my bros raw. No breaks, we go. Don't shade, that's a no. Go high, go low. Like spinning in a 644. Cash money like 504. Raw like AD24. No sleep, need more. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. Ooh, I'm a real one, my day ones. Try speak up, can't say none. Try dig dirt, there ain't none. I make the money that save up. 10 to 80, my save ones. Take to the top on the baseline. New car, race on. Fast lane, pace on. With the booyah, that's a flex. Not human, I ain't from another planet. I'ma teleport, might vanish. I'ma wake up, do damage. Jordan number 7, he's bored though. Working all night, need more though. I remember nights I was poor though. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up.
Now, for my final take on the best studio monitors that you can get for under $200, I have to be honest and say, whichever studio monitor you do end up going with, you really aren't picking a bad pair of studio monitors. I do think that each of these studio monitors have their own unique ups and downs and positives and negatives compared to others, and some of them are really perfect for a small room, some are better for a bigger room. It all depends on what you're looking for in your specific environment. And with this take, I'm going to go through each pair of studio monitors, tell you exactly who I think each pair is best suited for, just so that I can guide you a little bit and help you pick the perfect pair. And starting off with the Kali Audio LP6s, as you heard, the sound quality is amazing. The overall frequency response of these studio monitors is nice and flat. They sound really, really good. The fact that you can set them up for your specific room environment with the switchboard and all the pictures in the back, the fact that the cone is nice and big, you're getting that extra low end with the bass reflex port in the front, and the fact that they're so well priced that they're one of the cheapest pair of studio monitors out of all of these, only costing around $150 a monitor. I have to say that these are probably the best option to go for in terms of overall value when it comes to a studio monitor. You cannot go wrong with these. They are going to last you a very, very long time. They are nice and clean, and if you are looking to take that next step in your home studio environment, these will never be a mistake. If you move on to the Adam Audio T5Vs, these studio monitors are a little bit more expensive, but for a reason, because they are Adam Audio studio monitors. They have that Adam Audio tweeter, they sound really, really, really good, and they have a very clean look and design. And for me, if you are in a smaller type room, maybe not needing a 6.5 inch cone, but in a really tight space like a bedroom or something like that, and you want that clean Adam Audio design, and you also want the value of an Adam Audio studio monitor, these are fantastic to go for. And as you heard, they also sound really, really good. Looking at the KRK Rokit 5G4s, these are one of those studio monitors that you go for, you won't be making a mistake, but even if you don't go for them, you're also not missing out that much. Yes, they do have a nice LED screen at the back, the features are really nice, the yellow iconic cone in the front is cool, and overall it is the EDM type way to go, but they are still kind of basic compared to how these two sound and a lot of the others, and overall I would rather go for a different pair than the KRK Rokit 5G4s, no matter which music you make. Moving on to the PreSonus Iris E5s, these are fantastic for those of you on a really tight budget. If you really need to get studio monitors and you can't wait to save up for something like these two, or the Yamaha HS5s, or even the Pioneer DJ VM50s, these are a very good option to go for. They are very, very well priced. They are nice to get out of that Iris 3.5 type studio monitor just to build up a little bit more. And even if you sell them in the future, you'll get a lot of your money back so that you can actually upgrade to something better. So if you are really in the mood to purchase a pair of studio monitors, these are a great option to go for, and they do sound really, really good. Then we have the Yamaha HS5s. These studio monitors, like I said, are my favorite amongst these. They are the more expensive, like the Adam Audio T5Vs, costing around $200 per monitor, so that is one negative. They also don't have as many features and modern touches like the KRK Rokit 5G4s or even the Kali. They do have a lot of basic things because they are the oldest pair of studio monitors out of these. But the one thing you can't take away from these studio monitors is just the fact that they've been used by so many professionals, the fact that they've done the job and proven themselves in the market, the fact that they look so good, and the fact that at the end of the day you're looking at studio monitors to help you get an honest sound, not a pair of studio monitors that just blow the bass out of you and lie to you in terms of the quality of your mix. So these are a great option to go for as well. I do think you have to train your ear a lot better with these and really understand your studio monitors, as you're going to have to do with all studio monitors. But these are a great option to go for, especially if you have been doing music production and mixing, that kind of thing, for a little bit longer. These are awesome. When you look at the Pioneer DJ VM50s, these studio monitors are very, very new. They do have quite a few cool features. The look and design and everything's nice and cool. They haven't been in the market long enough to really make a name for themselves yet, but Pioneer do make great products. Have tested these studio monitors before in other videos, and as you heard in the sound quality test, they also sound very, very good. And if you're someone looking to get a decent pair of studio monitors that's new on the market, that's really cool looking and has some cool features, that also has some good sound, and that's also not $200 but actually a little bit cheaper, these are a great option for you. And then last but not least, the JBL LSR 305 MK2s. These are my least favorite studio monitors, like I said, because I personally have that thing in mind where I think JBL studio monitors are for Bluetooth speakers, headphones, all those kinds of things. I don't see them as much in the music production world of things, but nonetheless they do sound good. I'm not the biggest fan of the look. If you are, you're not picking a bad pair of studio monitors. Not the best features either, kind of boring like a lot of these, but overall, if this is what you're looking for, a studio monitor that's also not that expensive, especially if you get them secondhand, they could cost you in some places around $100 a monitor. So also a great cheap option like the PreSonus Iris E5s, but personally, in terms of price, they might be similar, but the look of these for me is just much better in my personal opinion. And the sound is also not that much of a difference. So that's what I would go for when it comes to picking for my specific environment, my specific studio. If you have any questions about today's video, just leave a comment down below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as I can. Just a reminder that the links of these studio monitors are all down in the description below. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you loved it, subscribe down below. And I will see you for another video next time.